What's up with y'all? It's your boy TV Digital. This video is not going over anything in FL. If you a 30-year-old, a 10-year-old, you make beats in FL, if you make beats in Ableton, it don't matter. This is for music producers. Basically, this video is how to be successful going into 2021. I'm going over what worked for me, going over my experience. I'm not going over how everybody else did it. I'm going how I'm doing it. Literally a year ago, I was a Lowe's cashier. Fast forward a year now, I'm highly blessed, you feel me? So I just want to pass these gems. Before we get into this video, there's some mental things I want y'all to think about. Here's the thing about when it comes to stuff like this, being a music producer, it's not like going to a regular job. When I was working at Lowe's, I'll wake up and I look at my schedule and I'll probably be working like an 8 to 5, I'll be working like a 5 to 10. When you're a music producer and you trying to do this full time, bro, you gotta make your own hours, but you have to mentally don't bullshit around. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta ask yourself, like, do you really wanna do this shit? Like, do you really wanna do this? A lot of people like the perks that come with being a music producer and like the shit that come in the aftermath after you did all the work, but bruh, you can't be playing like, you say you want this shit, but you playing Call of Duty right now. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, all these hardworking producers that y'all see that done made it, but they grind it 24/7, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do that same grind. They grind, it's no different from your grind. You gotta do it too. You know what I'm saying? So you really gotta ask, is like, is this for you? A lot of times when I started out producing, I always waited for the perfect scenario. Like, I need this equipment, I need these speakers before I can start making beats. I need this, I need that. You don't have to start off perfect, bro. All you really need is a laptop. I swear that's all you really need. I seen producers and podcasts said that sell the best YouTube beats, they mix some shits in AirPods. Oh, I know industry producers that literally still getting placements off their $200 laptop that their mama brought them. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, all you need is a laptop. You don't have to have the perfect studio, the perfect situation, the perfect branding money. You don't have to have none of that to start off. You know what I'm saying? So all this shit that y'all in y'all head mentally, get it out your head. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Work on one thing every day to get to your goal. Time management, time scheduling, bro. That shit's important. I say the beginning of 2020, when I was starting out, January and February was really rough because I got fired from my 9 to 5 in December. From 14 all the way to 20, I always had a job. I was always working somewhere. So this was my first time without a job in a couple years. You know what I'm saying? This is me just, you know, working and trying to figure out how to get this, you know, how to be a content creator and just figuring it out. So I had a lot of times on my hands that I wasn't used to. And what I did is most of the time I slept. I ain't wake up till 1 p.m. or 12 at noon, and I'm sleeping all that time away. And you know what I'm saying, I'm going to bed early. You know what I'm saying, I wasn't being productive. So you have to get up and make yourself a schedule before you go to sleep. Write down what you want to do for the next day. Like, you just have to get on top of time management. Cause here's the thing about time. Everybody has the same 24 hours a day. It's about how you use it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that explains itself right there. So I mean, if you want to talk about ways to make money, sell beats online, sell kits, and just come up as an industry producer and get placements. Now here are the pros. The pros is nice pros. You get money, you get clout, you get all this, you get your plaques, you get your Grammys, you get your records. That's cool. But the cons, it's not like you could just make a YouTube channel and you pop it the next day. It's not like you could just hit up Drake on Instagram and be like, hey bruh, I got some beats, and you in the DMs. It don't work like that. And a lot of times the cons with that shit is, first, establishing your brand is very, very hard. Trying to make your first $1,000 per month is very, very, very hard. So what I did is, straight out of high school, I was in community college for like 2 weeks, dropped out, and I went to this school called Recorded Connection. Now basically, Recorded Connection is an engineering school. You could go to the Art Institute, SAE Institute, put you in this near studio, and basically you work as an intern there. You go, it's like 2 classes a week. The first day of the week, you're in the class doing bookwork. Second day of the week, you're in the studio sitting in, messing with equipment and shit. Now here's the thing about it. It was hands-on experience. The reason why I'm bringing up internship and coming up as an audio engineer is because you have the beats. After you make the beats, you got to find an artist to sell the beats too. Now you could go on YouTube and work your way up. That's cool. But I mean, if you think about it, bro, where does all the artists be at? A studio. But then once you find the artist, I need an artist that's gonna buy my beat. All the artists are right there. You're literally at a building where all the artists is at. And then second, on top of that, they paying for studio time, so you know they're gonna invest their money into a hard beat if you connect with them. I don't know why a lot of people overlook studios. I think they just gotta shoot straight to YouTube to sell beats. But me coming up as an intern, I was sitting in on sessions, I was engineering sessions after a while. I was doing it for free because I was still the intern, but I built a lot of connections just with the city that I was in. A lot of times people overlook just going to a studio. You could go literally call your studio, go on Google and just look up studios See if you can intern there. You don't have to intern there. Just book some time and be there. There's gonna be artists there that you can connect and sell your beats to. After the year was over, because of the school, they had like this job opportunity program. If your mentor likes you, basically if the studio you at, if they like you, they give you the job. So I had got the job. I started audio engineering. And then basically that whole year, it was just me building my brand as an audio engineer and as a music producer in the city that I'm in. So it's pretty easy because the studio's there. The studio's doing its own marketing, you know what I'm saying? All I had to do was just pick up phones, make sure I'm there. While I had this customer base of people that would call and ask for me as I'm engineering, or they'd call and ask for me to make custom beats. Now, as far as prices and how I did my beats, I don't really try to be too picky. A lot of times I see music producers fuck up their business because they're worried about, let's say you got this artist in high school that you know what I'm saying, that you work with, or this local artist that you know, or this is other artists who ain't really popping. They got like 8,000, 10,000 followers, you know what I'm saying? They not really shit. I see a lot of producers fuck up their business because they worried about BMI splits, DistroKid splits. They worried about all this bullshit. But how I think of it is, a lot of times you arguing with the artist about that type of shit, he not even getting money off of it. You're doing all that arguing and trying to make sure everything right just for him to get 1,000 views on YouTube and like 1,000 views off of SoundCloud. So you're really arguing over breadcrumbs. That shit really don't matter, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really think about that when I was working with artists in the city. And because of that, they was really attracted to the prices that I had. So it was pretty simple. How I was doing it the first year working at the studio, I was charging $50 for a lease. And basically my lease wasn't, oh, you could sell 50,000 units. You only could use it on 3 brackets. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I didn't want to overcomplicate it for them. It was basically saying $50 for a lease. Basically, a lease is, if this other nigga want it, I'ma sell it to him too. I was doing exclusives for $150. Now you probably saying, boy, $150? I was doing custom exclusive beats for $150. The reason why I brought it down so low is because if you're at the studio, the artist already knows the value of investing themselves. So I'm in the session, you know what I'm saying? Just act like I'm the engineer. Artist comes in. If he gets a beat from YouTube, usually I ask him, I'll be like, yo, you know what I'm saying, did you pay for this beat? You know what I'm saying? They usually tell me, I'll be like, where you get your beat from? But they be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I paid this much for this beat. Artist loves when you can make a beat, just cook it up on scratch. Most of the time I'm working with trap, like in the trap genre. I'm working with a trap artist. So, you know what I'm saying? It takes like 15 minutes to make a beat, you know what I'm saying? I would literally just go on Splice, pull up a loop, throw some drums, and be done in 15 minutes. So I'd be like, yo, I could do a custom beat right now, cook it up in 15 minutes right now. And it's exclusive. You could have this beat. You're the only one that's gonna get this beat just for $150. Now, you gotta thank the artist who just paid $300 for the exclusive on YouTube, and I could literally make him a custom beat for $150 exclusive, and it's his in 15 minutes. He's not denying that, and that's where a lot of my money came in. Now, I did have another price, which was $350, and that was basically if the artist was being extra. If I knew he was extra, if I knew he was picky, then I just charge him that. You know what I'm saying? But overall, what I want y'all to get from this conversation is that I kept it real simple with my prices. I didn't overthink it. I kept it real simple, and it worked out, man. After 2 months, I was already making $1,500 at the studio. At the first 2 months of working there, I'm making $1,500. You know what I'm saying? So that was real good. And that was off of beats. That wasn't even off of just doing the sessions. You know what I'm saying? Now, ways that I branded myself, man, it was pretty simple, man. I always had a videographer that came in, did vlogs, always promoted on YouTube, always did giveaways where I would tag artists in the comments and they had to tag people at the end of the giveaway, just shit like that. Like, I never did ads. I never did no complicated shit like that. I did do email marketing. The website that I used was Active Campaign. It was small stuff. I didn't really do no crazy stuff. But as far, if you at the studio, they gonna do the marketing for you, because I mean, this is studio, is they brand. They gonna do the marketing for you. So it really wasn't too much that I did as far as that. You know what I'm saying? But overall, you could go on YouTube. Like, there's nothing wrong with going on YouTube. But I'm just saying, like, bruh, you could literally go to a studio, intern there, and you're right there where artists are. Like, you have artists coming in front of your face every day. And you don't have to intern there. You could just be there at the studio. Offer your services at the studio. But when I moved here to Richmond, I live in Richmond, Virginia. When I moved here, I went to every studio and dropped off a hard drive. I'm like, yo, I got beats. I connected with every engineer. Now, here's the thing, man, TV. You just can't go to, they don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? The engineer just ain't just going to sit there and just want to hear my beats. Invest some time. Book some studio time. I literally went to studios, booked studio time, and made beats just to talk to the engineer. I paid for the time. You got to talk to me. And I connected that way, and I'm really cool with a lot of like people around the city because of that. You know what I'm saying? So really, like I said, selling beats on YouTube is cool, but going back to the traditional way, pulling up to the studio or working your way through the studio, that's a whole other lane and customer base that you can have right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't overlook that. You feel me? Another thing that I want to get into, y'all, is it's not always about the first sale. It's about building that relationship to where that artist is always gonna come back to you every time. So there's been plenty of times I'll be in the studio, artists will come in, I'll be like, yo, where you get your beats from? And the dude will be like, man, I get my beats from YouTube, I don't pay for no beats. Cool, get what? I'm gonna give you like 5 beats. I used to have this little email, bro. It was 5 old beats from like 2018. It was hard. I give them to the same people over and over. If they don't pay for beats, I give them these 5 little free beats, you know what I'm saying? And I be like, yo, cook up with those, whoop the whoop. And then they'll come back, I be like, you know, I hit them up, I be like, yo, how you like them beats? Oh yeah, I fuck with them, those shit's hard. Okay, cool, shit, listen, boom, you can have like 3 of these for $50. And then boom, they get that, we linked in, we in the studio working. Then I say, yo, you know what? We vibing. I could cook you a custom joint for $150. You working your way up, you know what I'm saying? It's like upgrading a lease, upgrading something that you done purchased, you know what I'm saying? It's not always about that first sale, it's about building that relationship. There's been plenty of times where I worked with people where it was just free beats, and I built my relationship all the way up where they're paying exclusive, and now they value me more where they're paying me like $800, $500 or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta work your way up. It's not always about the first sale. It's not about the first sale with the artist and then you leave them, forget about them forever. You know what I'm saying? And that could really help you, especially in the studio, because it's like a barbershop, bro. You know what I'm saying? They come back to you. The money's gonna stack up. You feel me? Now, the second thing is, man, TV, how do I get in I want to be in the industry. How I get placements. How I do this. How I do that. Could y'all just be real. Y'all, sometimes we could be weird in the DMs, bro. You don't have to text your favorite producer and be like, hey, you're my inspiration. I just love you working. I'm 13, by the way. I just started making beats 6 months ago. How was for a collab? This is how I think of it. The easiest way to become somebody's friend is to pay him. I swear to God. The easiest way to become somebody's friend is to pay him, bro. My story on how I got signed to Young Land is basically, I DM'd him and I was like, how much for a collab? Man, that man ain't respond to like the 3rd DM try. I will unsend the DM and send it back. He said 300. I said 300, cool. I'ma wait till I got like enough for 4 collabs. A month later, I paid him 300 for a collab. He did it back the next day. Then I paid him 300 the next day for another collab. Then I paid him $300 the next day for another collab. I was basically paying him $300 every other day for a collab. I ended up paying like $1,200 that week just for collabs. Then on top of that, that off day, I was sending him loops and saying, bro, these are royalty free. You ain't gotta credit me. Here's just some loops. And I was sending him bangers, being consistent. He's already gonna fuck with me off the rep that I'm paying him, but then I'm paying him consistently. You feel me? Like, a lot of times, they're not gonna take you seriously until you pay him. I'm paying this man consistently. I don't really know how to explain it or like kind of explain it to y'all like a baby, but a nigga gon' fuck with you when you do shit like that, cause not that many producers is doing shit like that, really investing in a brand like that. So after a week, he hit me up, he signed me, and now all I gotta do is make loops, send them off, they get them placed. He's connected. I feel like the best way to get placements going in 2021 is, yeah, you could build with an artist, but go back to linking with the producer. The producer, like, that producer got all the connects. Let them manage you. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing about the industry producers. One, your industry producer, your favorite industry producer is using loops. It is what it is. He ain't got time to sit there all day and make 30 fucking beats all day from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Your industry producer need loops. You sending in hard loops is hard, but it's like everybody's doing that. So how do you stand out from doing that? And that was me paying for a collab every other day of the fucking week. You feel me? That's making me stand out from the other guys that are just hitting him DMs and be like, hey, I'm 13. Let me send you some loops. You know what I'm saying? It's just ways to stand out. You gotta think of ways to think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna use a reference. Think of it like TubeBuddy or vidIQ. When you're searching for tags on YouTube, you're looking for tags that have a high search volume but low competition. Here's a problem and why it's so hard to come up as a producer right now. Because everybody's in the same fucking lane, bro. Everybody trying to do the same thing. And I feel like a lot of y'all is overlooking what I'm about to tell y'all, bro. And this is sauce, and it's fucking common sense, but it's sauce. Here's the thing. Think of what I just said. When people are looking for good tags, it's about high search volume and low competition. So think about that as far as how to stand out outside the box as a music producer. Let's act like two buddies in front of our face right now. Everybody's on YouTube trying to sell beats. Everybody's in the Instagram DMs trying to suck off an industry producer. You feel me? But you could literally build your brand by being in this middle lane. Bro, how many people look up producer vlogs, producer tutorials, just producer creative content on YouTube? Now, you know, this is Team Producer Grind. We're mainly a trap music beat maker tutorial channel. There's no more than 100 YouTube channels as far as trap doing YouTube tutorials. There's no more than 100. You feel me? Compared to the 1 million that's selling beats on YouTube, there's no more than 100 doing YouTube tutorials. We're talking about trap genre. We're talking about our category, Pyrex Whipper Clones. We're talking about us. There's no more than 100 niggas on YouTube. And out of those 100 niggas, there's only about 30 who's really popping. Let's be real. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. It's only about 30 that's really popping. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the 1 million who's trying to sell their beats on YouTube. You're competing with 100 guys doing YouTube tutorials, and only about 30 of those guys are popping. And here's the thing, it's not like nobody's searching up tutorials no more. Nigga, look at Kyle Beats. Look at how KBZ did it. KBZ came up doing tutorials. Now this nigga getting placement. Think about how your favorite internet producer did it, bro. Think of how Kyle Beats done did it. Why is you in this lane trying to compete with everybody else in the same lane when you could literally make a YouTube channel, do producer content? You don't have to be hard. There's plenty of niggas that are ass on YouTube making content and their channels popping. Why would you want to compete with all these niggas when you could do this and be popping, bro? You feel me? If y'all know what Head Ass Gang is, Head Ass Gang is basically just a group of bros that I just give them a label, call them Head Ass, and they just be on my Twitch streams really interactive with me, and we just became bros. We just cool, you feel me? And basically they started a YouTube channel. They only been active for 3 weeks and they about to hit 2,000 subscribers. Now 2,000 subscribers ain't a lot, but for 3 weeks, what did you do? I see a lot of times with these YouTube channels, they start with content, they make this YouTube content, they get signed to this big producer or big producer team, and now they getting placements, bro. This is a whole other lane that you could hop in, and it's been successful for everybody who's been doing it and made it to that level so far. I'm gonna say it again, look at KBZ, bro. Look at Kyle Beats. Look at Internet Money. I'm looking at you because like you really missing my point. I'm gonna say this one more time. You're in this lane. The traffic, nigga, you been on this highway for 5 days and ain't get off this highway yet. You feel me? There's a whole other lane where you could be a content creator, and it's so easy to be successful because, like I said, there's no more than 100 producer. There's no more than 100 producer communities, and out of those producer communities, I can only name about 30 that's really popping. So why would you want to compete with niggas in the millions when you have this lane right here that has high search results? Everybody's looking to produce content every day. But TB, I don't want to be a YouTuber. I don't want to make videos. I don't want to make kits. I don't want to make content. I don't want to be an audio engineer. I stopped. I only do certain sessions now. But it was a way to get in. It was a way to get in the door. This is another way to get in the door that people's overlooking. You get your clout up. Producers, let me tell you, man, this industry ain't nothing but dick riding, bro. You get your clout up, industry producers gonna hit you up. They gonna start dick riding. You know what I'm saying? If you fire at loops, if you fire at melodies, somebody might sign you in the future. But we're literally seeing 13, 14, 15-year-old kids on YouTube popping off doing tutorials, and they getting signed to these big producers, and now they off. They up there. They gone, bro. The lane is not saturated at all. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Listen. You're trying to compete with 1 million other producers trying to sell beats on BeatStars and YouTubes. There's nothing wrong with it. Shout out to that. When you could literally hop on another lane, my nigga. You could hop on another lane where there's hella search volume and, bro, no competition. There's no more than 100 producer communities in the trap giant specifically. There's no more than 100 different producer communities. And out of those 100, there's only 30 that's really popping. You look at it, right? Man, I'm trying to tell you, if I was you, I'd be trying to, bro, you shouldn't be watching my video no more. There's the sauce right there. You in this whole other lane. Get to it. Hop out the selling, hop off that shit, bro. It's a whole other lane right here. And niggas are literally popping off doing it. Go make yourself a YouTube channel. Go make some content. Do producer vlogs. Do some tutorials. Show niggas some sauce. Drop some loot kits. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, do that shit consistently for a year, you off there. If y'all like this video, or let me know what y'all opinions or y'all thoughts is in the comments. Let me know. This ain't no professional video, man. I just wanted to turn on the camera and I just wanted to talk to y'all, because a lot of y'all overlooking some of this shit. And I'm gonna get more into, I'm gonna probably do a part 2 about this and dive way deeper, but I just want to give y'all some thoughts and some different lanes y'all could take, you know what I'm saying, instead of just trying to sell beats on YouTube. You feel me?